Hey everybody, how's it going? It's Troy here. Thanks for tuning in. Well, ever since the Sandy Hook shootings, a lot of people have been having a debate over whether teachers should be able to take classes and be armed in school. And most of us, not all of them, certain ones would be able to. And or should there be funds available to either have armed police in schools, or what they call a school resource officer. Excuse me. So back when I was in school, I'm almost 50 years old here in Florida, and we don't have bad crime rate in the town that I live in, or in anywhere near us. Even back then, I remember in middle school, we had a school resource officer, and it was a armed police officer that was paid by the school system to ensure our safety, and also if anything happened besides safety, back in my day there was a lot of drugs going on, and that's a lot of the reason why they were there. But if anything happened, they're trained police officers, so they would be able to at least try to deter someone. And my opinion as far as the teachers part of it, first of all, even here in Florida where I live, excuse me, there is a push in Tallahassee, and they're talking about that they are wanting teachers to be able to take concealed carry classes, and safety classes and shooting classes, and letting them do that. And here's my opinion on all this. If the cities and states, or our own government, come up with the money to put armed police officer in each school, or a lot of people are really concerned about the elementary schools, then I favor that the most, because these people are for the most part trained more than any others. A lot of police officers are ex-military, and so I would feel more comfortable if I had a child in school to have an armed, they call it resource officer or police officer, and they don't have to have, like you see here in this picture. This is in Israel. Of course, we know what happens over there. The teachers get to have automatic weapons there, but that's a totally different story. So I don't think they should have automatic weapons, but I think they should maybe be available to them, maybe in their locked security office, and then they should be able to carry their sidearm, because kids do get afraid sometimes. But that's just my opinion as far as what type of weapon they should have carrying with them. Just as long as they have a good sidearm, preferably a 45 or something like that, and a couple of magazines. I think that's a good deterrent. But some other people might disagree with me. That's why I make these videos, so people can agree or disagree as far as that. Now, as far as the teachers, if the money is not available in the area to be able to keep the police officers or school resource officers in the schools, then of course there should be somebody who has to have some type of a training, and if it's a teacher, it would have to be a lot of training before they would be allowed to be able to be one of the ones to bring a gun to school and conceal carry it. And I did a lot of research before I started making this video. There's a lot of people concerned that a teacher would, after a while, get complacent and leave the gun in their purse, or put it in their desk drawer, and then they were saying, how kids are, they get into everything and they'll find something. Well, that's upon the teacher and the school to make sure that doesn't happen. And of course, there are school districts throughout the country that have already allowed this happen. I'm pretty sure they're just not going to let anybody have a gun and everybody have a gun there. We have people that of course are willing to and take the classes and pass the classes to get their permit to be able to do this, and keep them on their person, concealed carry. And nobody in the those kids don't need to know who has a gun on them. That could cause some trouble there. But like I said, I would prefer, if my child was in school and younger, that there be a school resource or an armed school resource officer, and or an armed police officer in the school at all times. It's just the day and age that we live in. It needs to happen. The schools that have just what they call a resource officer or a liaison, whatever you want to call them, that are not armed, that is no deterrent whatsoever. So that's not helpful at all. That's my opinion on that. I really want to get everybody else's opinion, especially those that have children in school. Also, let me say that some of the other things that I've read are people, are afraid that their kids are going to be like they're in a jail. Well, a lot of the schools nowadays are built like that already. I went to school here in this area, and I remember I went past my old elementary school, and it still pretty much looks exact same, but there's big gates all the way around it, and of course somebody could climb over those, but it is a small deterrent. But and they lock the gates during the school hours, and they can't get in unless somebody buzzes them in through an office and they show ID. And that's the way all schools should be built or are refurbished to stop things like this too as well. It's just the way of our country that is. There's countries already that they see that kids see armed police and military already. So it's time for our kids to see that too, to protect them, because trying to pass stupid ass crazy gun laws that don't work and that punish the law-abiding citizens who are carry guns is not the way to go about it. So like I said, leave me your comments and your opinion, especially from those folks who have kids, and what you think about all of this. Give us a thumbs up if you did like the video. Please subscribe, and thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.